On their way to the general store, Claire noticed a cart with a woman selling various food items. "What's over there?" Claire asked, moving closer to where the woman was advertising her goods. Brooke turned to see what her sister was talking about. Noticing the woman, she nodded. As the towns get larger and become cities, you'll see this more often where people are selling various goods on the street. It's actually super convenient, Candace nodded. There are even small restaurant stalls that continue to serve decent food late into the night. I've heard when the weather gets cooler, many of the restaurants begin serving food that warms your body as you walk around the town. It was clear that she was looking forward to experiencing such things on this side. Wanting to see what type of items were being sold, Claire walked to the cart. "Welcome, young miss. Would you like to try one of my fresh citric fruits? It'll give you the energy to go about your day." The woman greeted Claire. Noticing the weapon that Claire was carrying, she said, "As an adventurer, I'm sure that getting enough energy would help you with your jobs." Claire looked at the items, noticing the fruits had similar appearances to what could be found on Earth. There were oranges, grapefruits, lemons, and limes. Though it looked close to what she was used to seeing, Claire didn't want to assume that the fruit was the same. Pointing to one of the oranges, "How much for this?" Claire asked. "It'll be half a guild point." The woman smiled. Claire's eyes widened upon learning that the woman traded using guild points. After hearing that guild points were used, Claire noticed a crystal hanging on the woman's clothing, similar to what was in the guild. Footsteps were soon heard, and when Claire looked, she saw that it was Candace. It's not very surprising that stores use guild points for currency. The value is pretty stable, and is used wherever there are adventure guild locations, Candace said, patiently explaining the situation. "How do I trade using my guild points here?" Claire was confused. In the guild, Darlena would handle the transfer of guild points from their account. With the robot handling the matter, Claire didn't need to worry about the guild worker scamming them of guild points. Understanding what Claire was having difficulty with, Candace said, "When outside the guild, people use either the bracelet or crystals to transfer guild points." Pointing at the small crystal, using that, the holder will think of the amount that needed to be transferred, and you'll use your bracelet and think the same amount. When both amounts are in agreement, then the process is finished. But what happens if the guild points don't transfer? Claire was worried that the woman wouldn't receive the amount owed from the sale. Smiling at Claire's concern, the woman said, "There's no need to be worried, young miss. I've never seen there to be an issue. If there are any, then I can just go to the Adventure Guild and they'll make it right." Placing a hand on the chest, Claire sighed in relief. Nodding, she raised her bracelet towards the woman. Unclipping the crystal, the woman moved the crystal close to Claire's bracelet. Just like at the guild, there was a rainbow of colors as though the crystal was trying to sense anything nearby it. There was a few moments before it glowed green. "Thank you for your purchase." The woman smiled at Claire. Picking up an orange, she handed it to Claire with two hands. "Thank you for the explanation," Claire said to the woman as she took the orange with two hands. "See? It's easy, right?" Candace placed a hand on Claire's shoulder. Waving at the woman, Claire and Candace walked back to the group, who began walking again towards the general store. Claire began peeling the fruit and was surprised that the interior was just like an orange. She ate the skin of the fruit and could taste the familiar food she'd had at home. Even the smell was the same. The only difference was a slight tingle due to the energy.